Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be my 1 week take of the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus, where I'll be talking about some of the things I liked and some of the things I didn't like as much, and ultimately whether you should buy this device or is it even right for you. First of all, it's the year 2022, and I feel like a lot of people put emphasis whether you should upgrade due to the camera being slightly better or not. The way I feel about it, not just particularly to this phone, but in 2022, a lot of the flagship phones are all they're all good at this point. It's gotten to the point where the competition it's just up by hair maybe. Now, that's not to say that this is a bad camera or anything like that. As you're gonna see, I'm gonna show you some samples with the camera, but it just goes to show you where you should really take your opinion of a camera and not just put it into the camera, but put it into the overall unity of the phone, how it works together. And you'll see what I mean as we move forward with the video, because I think this phone does a lot of good things. As for the things I did like about the phone, number one is going to be the premium feel. This phone is absolutely premium. All right, when you got a front slab of glass and on the back, and you match it with this beautiful green color, it looks stunning on the streets, man. I'm telling you. And then this metal rail here in the middle, absolutely beautiful. Now, in this year, whichever color you got, as far as the back, it's gonna match the rail on the side. Last year it wasn't like that for every model. I do think this is a step in the right direction. This looks absolutely beautiful, man. I'm telling you, this phone is an eye catcher. When you have it out in the streets without a case, you're gonna get some looks, man. I'm telling you, green money. Number two, the ergonomics. This phone feels a lot like an iPhone, and that's not a bad thing by any means. The rails here are kind of flat, not entirely almost like an iPhone, but they're pretty flat. You can see right there. You see right there. But the fact that they're not completely flat like the iPhone actually gives you a better grip, in my opinion. This phone has a better grip than the iPhone. But it feels good in the hand because it's not too tall and it's not as wide as the iPhone, which kind of gives you a better grip, in my opinion. Now, that's subjective. Everyone has different size hands and what they like and whatnot. But yeah, man, it feels really good and premium for sure altogether. Number three, how bright the screen gets when you're outdoors. You're not gonna have an issue with this phone, whether you work in construction, you're out running in the park, exercising, whatever the case might be. This phone is extremely bright. Now, I will say there is a price to pay for that brightness, and we'll get to that later in the video when we talk about the battery. I think you guys might be a little surprised. Number four, the Finger ID. It's just as good as last year. I don't have any complaints about it. It's pretty good, man. You can never really miss it. Once you get familiar with the phone and you know where it is, you won't miss it. Even if your fingers are kind of moist or wet, whatever the case, it still works. Once you put a screen protector, that's out the window. But as it comes, it's pretty good so far. Number four, and I think this is one of the biggest ones for Samsung, is the fact that they're gonna give you now 4 years of software updates. Okay, as before, it was 3 years, and a couple of years prior to that, I believe it was 2 years. Imagine you were paying $800 for a flagship, and you were only getting 2 years of software updates, while Apple is giving you 5. This is a huge upgrade. 4 years will take you a long way with this phone, okay? And also, don't forget, 5 years of security updates. So you're covered for quite a bit. So now let's talk about some of the stuff that I didn't like so much about this phone. First of all, this is gonna spin off into another thing, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. Really fast, no lags, no stutter. Absolutely perfect for playing games. You're not gonna have any issues with that whatsoever. If you're a gamer, this is the chip for you. You'll love it, promise you. But the phone gets really, really hot, especially if you play games like I do. Clash of Clans, Brawl Stars, and subsequently, because of that, the battery goes very quick. If you play games, this is not the phone that will give you longevity in battery. I promise you that. And the fact that it got really hot, I'm rocking this phone without a case, and then the last 3 or 4 days I've been rocking with the ring key case. As you guys saw in the unbox in the previous video, even through the case, it gets hot. To me, that's kind of unpleasant. I wouldn't want a phone to get that hot. Normally, when you're playing a game, it's gonna get hot, but not that hot. And because of that, the battery life has not been the best in my experience. Now, I'm gonna show you the first 4 or 5 days I was running LTE, not on 5G. Mind you, I want to let you guys know that I do not live in an area where I lack service. The service is pretty rich, pretty much most of the time. So it wasn't like the phone was searching for signal or anything like that. So let's go ahead and go to battery. All right, the last 7 days. The first day that I had it, I didn't really have time to test it out as much as I wanted it to. It was like in the middle of the day or something like that. But the first day was actually the 28th. All right, and that particular day, as you can see right here, I left it around 100%. It came down to about 10%. Look at the screen on time, guys. 3 hours, 39 minutes. Mind you, the phone does have algorithms that learn the way you use your phone. So I was like, okay, well, maybe this will get better. I didn't have much hope, though, at this point. On the first, similar story, did a little better. This is LTE again. 5 hours, 2 minutes. Is that great? No. Is that good? Yes. Is that worth $1,000? I'm not so sure about that. Why would Samsung decrease the battery size from the S21 Plus to the S22 Plus by 300 milliamps? Doesn't make sense. If you're gonna get something newer, better, don't take stuff away from me. The second, a little better, 5 hours, 24 minutes. This here was about, I think it was like 6:30 p.m., almost 7 p.m. that I had to charge again. It was like 3 or 4% at this point. All right, on March 3rd, did a little better, 5 hours, 45 minutes. Again, not world beater, not bad. Now, this right here is 5G. With the 5G, it was draining that battery like it was drinking water on a hot day. I'm telling you. And so the bottom line to me, the battery is a disappointment with this phone. I'm a heavy user and I need a phone with a good battery. This is not a small phone. It's a 6.6, very bright display and a chip that runs hot. I would imagine this phone in a year from today, the battery will just be abysmal. Now there is software updates that can help with that, but I wouldn't hold my breath. And lastly, the vibration motor kind of feels off to me. It's not the doesn't vibrate right in your hand. Or if it's in your pocket, you really don't feel it that much compared to last year's models. I heard there's some kind of different direction that they place the vibration motor inside the phone that kind of like vibrates differently this time around. So maybe that's why it's doing that. I'm not sure. But if you're the kind of person that works in a loud environment and you depend on that vibration to take your phone calls, just be out on the lookout for that, okay? Guys, so conclusion, with everything that I have said about the S22 Plus, should you go ahead and pay $1,000 for this phone? Or are there better options out there, such as the Pixel 6, Pixel 6 Pro, or the iPhone 13 Pro or the iPhone 13 Pro Max, which is what this is in this case. Now, the 13 Pro and the S22 Plus are the same price. The Pixel 6 Pro, it's actually $100 cheaper than this guy. The 13 Pro Max, it's $100 more than this guy. If you want to go even further back, since now you're getting 3 software updates with Samsung, you can actually go back and get the S21 Ultra. If you don't mind the size of it, you can get that for less than $1,000 today, new. And in the used market, you're looking at $650 to $700 easy. Now, is that worth it compared to getting this phone? I think because Samsung decreased the battery and there are some jitteries in the software. Granted, that can be improved. Me personally, I'm looking somewhere else. If you want Android, Google Pixel 6 Pro. If you want iOS, 13 Pro, 13 Pro Max. The Pro Max is only $100 more than this. And this blows this phone out of the water. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. This phone in battery is a king of batteries. I don't have anything against Samsung. I don't have anything against Apple. I have no allegiances to anything. Only the best. I am telling you right now, this phone, if you care about battery, the 13 Pro Max is the way to go. Not to mention you get 5 years of software updates. You can keep this phone literally for 5 years. It won't last that long. For $1,000, I think this phone has a lot of flaws. The battery decreasement from the S21 Plus to the S22, it's definitely a red flag, excuse me. Also, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 gets really hot. Therefore, it damages the longevity of the battery. So anyways, guys, I hope that I was able to help you make a decision. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.